Hello, Seiiti Arata. There is something very special about bold goals. These are decisions that can change your life and can basically turn you into a new person. A good example of this is when you commit yourself and then you say, from now on I will stop eating candies. No more sugary drinks. I'm going to cut white flour out of my diet. And this is quite different from saying I'll just reduce my sugar consumption, because now you're committing yourself to stop doing something forever. It is, for sure, a bold goal. A little bit unrealistic for some people, but for sure, for everybody, audacious and bold. Because, these sugary stuff, they are everywhere in parties and gatherings and social situations, so it is quite a challenge. Understand the effect of the repeated actions. Let me say something here. When we are overweight, it is not because of that particular extra slice of pie. No, it is because of repeated actions, because of a constant bad sequence of choices for days, months, and years. When you say to yourself that you're going to be studying all day long, that you're going to wake up very early in the morning, at 6 in the morning, going to study until midnight, that is also a bold goal. Because it's not easy to be maintaining concentration for such a long period of time. And when you go to this study marathon without having any rest, the performance of the studies will be decreasing significantly throughout the day. In this case, what will make the difference in the quality of the study, of the learning, it is not that particular day of study. What will make the difference is to build a strong and consistent habit of studying every day. Your brain will get used to repeatedly be establishing all the connections and associations between different ideas and the concepts that you need to learn. Of course, audacity is an important value because audacity inspires us. It keeps us motivated and helps us to have a vision about the potential that we have and how wonderful the future and life can be. And this plays a very important role in motivation to achieve our goals. And we need to have this clear to avoid being carried away because of this idealized image of the quick results from bold attitudes. It is important to remember to build a solid attitude, that we have to go through a tedious and repetitive process. Sometimes it seems that there is no result from these boring and repetitive activities, but this is where we will see results on the long term. See, there is this important stage in this process called the plateau. This seems like a boring process, that we are not achieving anything significant, that we're not having any progress, and some people may get frustrated at this point. However, this is a very important stage. That's when we become able to deal with the habit building that will create the future that we want. This is where we're going to consolidate our skills, and we're also going to acquire the resources that we need to go to the next level. Be careful with the pitfalls of the consumer society. See, we are everywhere seeing examples of the promise that we can avoid the plateau, that we can avoid the boring stuff, that you can just get all the benefits now, you can borrow now, and then you can pay the debt later. There is this idea that life can be so exciting with all that enthusiasm of the beginning, and that you can just skip the boring plateau. But we have to understand there is no progress without the plateau stage. In other words, no pain, no gain. What we need to have is a guaranteed system that makes us actually enjoy being in the plateau, because this is where we're going to have our period of constant practice. And this is what is going to make us have our skills sharpened. Ideas only motivated by this boldness, they may not be enough to make us actually achieve something. It's good to start projects, but you see, so many people start things and they don't actually finish those things because they are not having all the elements that are necessary to have the constant building of the habit. After spending a lot of time in the plateau, we're going to also see another stage, another level in which we're going to have new challenges, and then we have to deal with that new plateau and then go to the next level and so on. Let me give you 2 tips to get that necessary consistency to achieve your goals. And tip number 1 is to always keep an eye on the difficulty of the plan. See, you may not want to be doing things that are so easy that make you bored, but also you want to avoid the things that are too difficult that can make you frustrated. We want to have that middle point. So every time you're doing your practice, your activity, ask yourself whether you achieved your goal. And if you didn't, try something easier next time. And if you did achieve your goal, you can go to the next level by trying something a little bit harder. Ideally, the difficulty should be always increasing a little bit in each practice, so then you can always be advancing and improving. For example, imagine that you're trying to learn Mandarin and you already know very well a set of Chinese characters. However, if you are having a very easy time doing that, that can be an indication that you are a little bit in a comfort zone. It's time for you to learn new things, new words, new characters. But if you are having big difficulty, you can always step back. So imagine this idea of advancing little by little. And tip number 2 is to get in touch with people who already did things that you want to do. Many of the technical and emotional challenges that you will face have already been overcome by other people who today are experts in their fields. And it's good to be in touch with them so you can know how they were able to overcome their challenges. Just the fact that you know that you're not alone can be something that provides you a lot of comfort. It's very good for me. It's a great joy to be posting videos here in the Arata Academy YouTube channel because you see, we have all types of videos about personal and professional development. Some of them are very basic, some are more advanced. And every time you see one of the simple and basic videos, you always see people supporting the theme, the ideas. And then you see that you are not the only one who was struggling with basic concepts. And then you can avoid this self-criticism and the shame that sometimes we put to ourselves because it was such a basic question. But remember, everybody had to start from zero. So there is no reason to be ashamed of having basic questions. And always remember also this risk of the internet, because sometimes we can get distracted looking at people who are too advanced. But remember, even those people who are advanced, we don't know their stories, we don't know how much time and how much effort they had to apply to get to where they are. Take advantage of this enthusiasm and the boldness to create your great, bold goals. But remember, you cannot rely only on this type of enthusiasm to carry out your plans. You need to develop persistence and perseverance to be consistent. And as you create your plans and you improve your sessions to refine and improve your skills, watch out for the optimal level of difficulty so that you can be always improving. When it's possible, be in touch with experts, people who have already been through the difficulties and the challenges that you are facing right now. Not only they can provide you some practical tips, but they can also give you some emotional comfort that you may need to not give up. You can always count on me and the whole Arata Academy team. And now I want to make a different invitation. And I would like you to go to our contact page and then write to us telling about your dreams, your goals, and the difficulties, the challenges that you're having right now. Please do not use the YouTube comments. I'm even going to close the YouTube comments. As you know, we are not providing answers on the different social media platforms because we will be able to have a better conversation with you by email. So you can go to arata.se/contact. That's the official page, and then we will be in touch.